Your Honor, the defense presents Exhibit A, sniper rifles using the same caliber as the bullets also found at the scene of the crime.
Mr. Fields, how can we be sure that these are the defendant's rifles?
Because the defendants admitted that these are theirs in written confessions, bringing us to Exhibit B, said written confessions.
Your Honor, how can we be sure that these confessions and this evidence was all legally obtained? How did you get this evidence? Legally, or by other means?
Footage of the defendants, Mr. Omar and Mr. Vance, obtained through warrants, interrogation of said defendants, and contacts I have throughout the system.
Your Honor, the defense counsel's family is full of criminal history. He is a liar, and there is precedent in his family when pertaining to liars.
You have to see the importance in ruling correctly for this case. The defendants were former politicians.
I do see the importance, and that's why I need to make equally sure I don't jail the wrong people. Mr. Fields, is it true that there are liars in your family?
Your Honor, I don't know what you're talking about.
Your Honor, half of Mr. Fields' father's side ended up becoming drug lords and convicts. The facts are there.
Objection. Race-based prejudice and lies.
Mr. Fields, answer my question honestly or I will hold you in contempt. Are your family members criminals?
The defense counsel is lying.
Your Honor, the prosecution is lashing out at me, even though we've only shown restraint and respect. I wish to file harassment charges against the counselor.
Your harassment charges cannot be served until this case is over, but as of now I rule to have Mr. Fields temporarily expelled.
Your Honor, these charges you're giving me are honestly absurd. You can't expel me and not him, especially when he is the aggressor.
Now you are expelled for 72 hours. The court is adjourned until further notice.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're arousing my suspicion really well, counselor.
Let's deliberate the verdict in the closet, baby.
I believe everything will work out in the end. Our case is strong and we have a shitload of evidence.
We've got them, and we've got them good.
Now that we're done celebrating, we need to work some more on our defense. Why did they attack you?
When I was dwelling in the streets, when I was homeless and without a job, they approached me, telling me I could work with them. Or some shit like that. They told me things, and they empathized with me.
Or at least, they pretended you.
Yeah, they pretended to be fucking cool, but they aren't, dude. They're fucking crazy, Omar and Vance. When I rejected their offer, they fucked me up, killed my family and all that.
Yeah. What else?
They got mad, tried to beat me up, tried to have me kicked off the streets, called me a punk and a hobo.
It sounds like they have something against you. You're keeping secret from me, and that's illegal.
When we were young, Omar, Vance, Jerry, Sasha and I did horseplay. We played cops and robbers, captured the flag, all that kiddie shit. Then I bumped into Sasha. The others took it as flirting, and beat me to hell for it.
Why didn't you tell your dad?
Daddy was busy.
It seems like we have a bigger case on our hands than I initially thought. Have you consulted another attorney?
I had an attorney named Don. He was okay.
How did that turn out?
He didn't like me.
Right, point proven. Cooperate, and I'll make sure you're found innocent.
I have another secret. The judge is biased. She's being paid off by Bailey. I recorded them kissing.
That definitely explains a lot. Gimme.
Here's the evidence.
That's interesting. Let me see what I can do with this.
I'm nearing the end of my life, and soon you'll be the sole guy fighting this war for the both of us.
You can't die. I'm not ready to lose you now, not when we have work to do.
I don't have any choice. Cancer is spreading through my body, and the doctor says I only have 1 week to live.
At least don't die within the next 4 weeks. Casey Fields is still at large, making a fool of himself.
I don't have control over when I die.
There's things you could have done to prolong your life.
The tumor was found before it could be removed.
Have you already prepared a will? I want 75% of your businesses and properties when you lose the battle.
I've assigned my properties in Las Vegas and Surimanka to my wife, my first business in Chicago to my nephew and brother and shareholders. My sister inherits my property in Greece and you get my penthouse.
I've given you power, money, fueled your ambition and greed, seen to it that you're mentally well, then I only get a small, disproportionate slice of the metaphorical cake. You're delusional.
What can I say? With physical detriment comes mental withering.
I financially supported you when you were late to pay your electricity bills. Without me, you couldn't heat up your burritos.
I didn't need the money. You lent me money and I never used it.
You were shaking the money from my pockets and never paid it back.
You promised that I'd never have to.
The money was borrowed by Stein and Franken Financial. When I mentioned this, I implied that you'd have to pay it back sometime.
Stein and Franken is out of business.
You ran them out of business when you took the money from me, which I took from them.
Stein and Franken was a company Fields owned a huge stake in and was constantly embezzling funds from. It was only right that I ran them out of business so I could drive Fields to the streets.
I would never borrow from a company that ignores embezzlement, or else I'd be a fraud.
I think you're forming an attachment to Casey, and I need to sever the connection before it grows at the roots.
We were friends as children, but that was a long time ago, almost 20 years.
You handsome bug.
My name's Casey Fields, but they call me Pinecone.
That's a strange name.
My girlfriend Sasha gave it to me when we met.
Your girlfriend kinda sucks, dude. Not gonna lie.
We broke up really quickly. Our relationship didn't last too long.
I'm so sorry about her. She doesn't deserve you.
I just want to be loved by someone who loves me back. Is that too much to ask?
You deserve love. You deserve hope. You deserve friends. You deserve everything, and I want you to know that. If you ever need something, my name's Vengeful Mariani, and I've got your back.
This sounds like you're going off experience. Wanna talk about it?
I was disowned by my whole family. When Grandma died, I tried to kill myself. I told myself I could be strong, because my family was telling me I could be strong. I was the only man in my family at the time, because my dad left us. We needed money, and everyone told me not to cry, and I needed to be strong for them. But I couldn't be strong, and when the calamity happened, my family died.
I understand how you feel. I had a brother who I lost to the calamity. His name was Jacob and he died when I was 9 and he was 16. I wish he could see me now. He loved me every day since I was born.
I'm sure he'd be proud of you.
He's not here to tell me that. Nobody dead to the calamity is.
You have me, and my friends Jerry and Omar. Don't worry, we'll get through this with you.
Meh, the calamity was a while ago. I wouldn't worry about me. At least, not for now.
You're right. I might be forming a connection to him.
I always knew you'd want to make the right choice someday, Vengeful.
I've been making a long string of bad choices.
It's unnecessary, Vance. You're being influenced by Fields into believing he's in the right and you're in the wrong.
There's an issue with what you're saying. Influence is bad unless it's from drug lords.
I never partake in drugs myself. I only fund the transport from place to place.
Drugs are bad for your body and for the economy.
Everyone has done drugs now and then, illicit and medical.
I'm not everyone. I'm Vengeful Mariani, and from here on out, I'm doing the right thing, and I'm gonna be the good guy.
I've always had an issue with how you do things. I guess I'll have to get rid of you.
My name is Wendell, and we're bringing you breaking news live. Police have just uncovered the body of Vengeful Mariani, more commonly known as Vance, found dead. Security footage sees a man known as Omar brutally killing him with a gun, just after he made a heartfelt plea for forgiveness. This is Green Screen News, and we'll bring you more updates as they come to us. If you know anything else about what happened, please speak up.
Vance tried to be a good person and set things right, but he paid the price for it.
The accuser and I tracked Omar's vehicle. He was planning to kill himself and at least 70 civilians in a shootout, but we submitted him to the authorities before any harm was done.
The harm was already done.
It's the accuser. I have to take this. Good luck with Omar.
Your Honor, Vengeful Mariani made several wrong turns against his will, went down a dark path not knowing that he would never escape, and he made mistakes. But those mistakes could be corrected, unlike the fatal choice made by Omar to kill him in cold blood. I'm representing a dead client, but that's the thing, I'm representing a dead, penitent man. Unlike Omar, Mr. Mariani had a chance, and he took the chance. However, it was too late, because as seen in the footage, Omar shot him once in the heart, and coroners say he was also shot twice in the head. This wasn't an act of justice, Your Honor, it was an act of anger, made on one's own volition, and an act of rage, of the defendant's unwillingness to do the right thing. Your Honor, this was clearly a horrific act of murder, not self-defense.
I sentence the defendant to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In addition, he will also be placed in a rehabilitation program, and if he fails to better himself, he will be placed in solitary confinement. Mr. Omar, you were given the choice to be peaceful, but you chose violence. You were offered by Vansita, who is being represented by the counselor here, and you chose to shoot Mr. Mariani in the heart and head twice. You shot down Mr. Mariani's love, and his open mind. Defendant, as a judge it is my job to be fair, to be impartial, to seek justice for those I cater to, the defendant and prosecuted. You are the opposite, a cold-hearted murderer who seeks to draw pain and suffering from the world. I wish you the best in rehabilitation, but I will not provide you freedom.